Welcome to Caldwell Courtside. My name is Devin Long. I'm joined by my co-host, Michaela Frias. Today we're joined by Lena, who's the vice president of the ASA, otherwise known as the Association of Student Athletes here at the College of Idaho. Tell us about yourself and your involvement with ASA.
So I am a junior here at SAAC. I'm on the softball team. I've been a part of ASA. This is my second year, so kind of got put in a big role kind of quick. I'm a VP, so I work with Calvin Uper, who's our president there, and then I'm representatives from every single team that we kind of make up ASA.
And then for our viewers that don't know, tell us a little bit about ASA and kind of the process of how you got involved there and what that looks like for the development of our school and athletics.
ASA was previously known as SAAC, so a lot of older athletes might kind of know it as that, but NAI kind of made a switch this past year to change it from SAAC to ASA. Just a name switch, like we have the same like values, same like staple things that we do. So each team across COI has 2 reps at least. If you have like representatives in a position of power, then you'll have another one. And so we kind of work with student athletes and we hear back from our reps about what they want their teams to have, or what they like Marty needs, or what the sports community kind of wants here at COI. And we do events, we pass bills, we just kind of work to make the athletic community better here.
Nice. And then like, how did you like personally get involved?
I was lucky. The reps before me, Annie and Lauren, for the softball team, they thought that I'd be a good candidate. So they talked to me about it. They said, this is kind of what we do. And I liked the idea of joining that environment. So I got lucky to kind of be chosen to be a part of it.
And for many people on campus, you're a very familiar face. You're very outgoing and stuff like that. So how do you want to use ASA as an opportunity to kind of increase the involvement within athletics and incoming student body and the changes that we face?
ASA for me has definitely helped me to get to know other athletes a lot more. Like my freshman year, I was solely friends with like softball, baseball, but now I know people from every single sports team, and that makes me want to go support them because I'm friends with them. Mm-hmm. And everyone wants to see their friends succeed. So that's where ASA, I think, really helps other athletes getting to know each other. It also makes it a little more of an incentive to go see your friends play. But also with me being like outgoing, it's a lot easier for me to be like, hey, like go up to random kids and be like, hey, just, like we have this game coming up. Like, I'll be there. I better see you there. Just kind of, yeah, I'm going to be there. I know you, therefore you better be there. Just a little peer pressure.
Yeah. And like, as the vice president, what are your goals for ASA this year? And like, what initiatives are you looking forward to this year?
Okay. So one thing that I'm very excited about, Cole Roberts, who was on baseball this past year, he works and has an internship at the mayor's office. And he approached Calvin and I about an opportunity to work with them and do a food drive. Mm-hmm. So that's like a big event that we have coming up. So at the football game, during classes, and like during lunch period, and then at the NNU basketball game, we're going to have different stands to do a food drive. And then all of the cans and stuff and money that we get goes to the Caldwell Food District. So that's a really big event we have coming up. And then our social media team, who is amazing, like Reese and Keely and David, all really helped me with that. I'm not the tech savvy, cute graphic person. They do that. They came up with the idea to start a hashtag called Yotes for Yotes. So we have this little like giveaway thing going on that if you go to a game, you take a picture, you tag us, and then you use the hashtag, you are entered to win like a drawing. It's just kind of a way to have kids like be a little more motivated to go to a game and show their support for their fellow athletes and students. Yeah. So those are 2 things we have coming up.
And you're kind of touched on the social media aspect, which I was going to get into next. What do you want to see growth-wise from that platform, and how do you want to see it kind of drive, say, on our campus?
Mm-hmm. So one of the first things that we talked about when ASA the first meeting we had was wanting to see like more equal like representation within social media. Mm-hmm. Like our athletic department is amazing, and they come out with like a ton of graphics and stuff. But we wanted to see things like weekly schedules, which we post every week. So you can kind of like plan out your week according. And then like getting like the smaller sports to have more recognition. So pretty much we just want the social media platform to be for students to know what's happening every day, and to know like what we're trying to do. Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's just a new thing that we started that so far it's going pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for ASA, what does the association do to help students, academically, balance sports and personal life and things like that?
Okay. ASA, we don't do a ton of stuff with like the balancing of academics and stuff. The only thing we can do is like make the resources more well known. Mm-hmm. Because I think our campus does do a really good job of like offering tutoring, offering like maybe the only thing that we talked about at the conference where they like sent us to Portland was coming up with a like school-wide policy about like what athletes need to do when they miss school, what professors like need to communicate, how to communicate that. Because I think that's a very important thing. Like every athlete, you're going to miss school. Like that's how it is. But being able to communicate with your professors and having them communicate back like what you need to do to make up for it, I think that's something we can do. Try to create something just so everyone has a guideline of how to balance that, because it's a very difficult thing for athletes to deal with, and students in your class and professors. So that's hopefully something we can start working on.
Yeah, I think that'd be really beneficial for a lot of athletes and professors all together, so that we're all on the same page. So tell us a little bit about that conference in Portland. What were your experience? I know it was a quick trip, but explain to the viewers kind of what you guys did there.
Portland, great trip. It was Calvin, Regan, and I. We flew in, had our conference. We got to meet with the VPs and presidents of everyone in the Cascade conference. So we got to meet from everywhere. It was really enjoyable. We got speakers come in and talk to us about like leadership, and we pretty much just talked about like what we want our ASA to be, like what we want our conference like represent and all of that. So that's where we came up with a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
That's where the idea of doing something like the ESPYs, which we're hopefully going to call the Yotes, we got that idea. We also talked about like Special Olympics, and like that's a big event for us. So we were able to be like, well, this is what we do. We get really lucky because of like what we're approached to do. So we got a lot, and that's where we learned about the other schools have like a universal policy when it comes to traveling. So you pretty much just sit and listen to what other groups are doing, and then you just pick and choose what you like to do yourself.
Nice. And then like, can you like talk more about like what our ASA has done for our school and our athletic department? Like you talked about the Special Olympics. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Special Olympics is a really fun event for us. We get to work with Janice, who used to be the women's head basketball coach here. And so we bring in different people from different sports, and they run like different stations, and you just get to interact with the kids, and it's really enjoyable. It's a really heartwarming day because the kids are so happy to be there. You're so happy to be there, and it's super cute. Besides Special Olympics, we also recently got new bands in Marty. We got a replacement of dumbbells in Marty. We got med balls in Jake. Like everything we do with like the ASA funds that we have is all specific towards student athletes. So if there's improvements in Marty that athletes want to see, or like events or like speakers they want to come through, like ASA is definitely the platform to come and ask, because we have funds to do it. We just need to know what athletes want to do with it. So speak to your representatives. That's huge. They can come and talk to Calvin and I, or honestly like text me. That works as well.
Yeah, and you kind of touched on that process a little bit, but explain to students kind of what is like a direct, streamline that they can go through if they want to see some improvements, like a Stairmaster or, different things for their programs, or just all of the athletic department.
It's really not a hard process at all. Pretty much you come up with a proposal. You can make it like a little slideshow if you want. You just come to ASA with what it is you want, how we can provide it for you, how much money it's going to be, and just like the details of it. You're going to present it to the group. We'll vote that day, or we'll take a day or a week to think on it, and then we vote. And then if it's passed, Calvin, Austin, and I will get it done and get it in there. Sometimes if it's like a bigger ask, it takes a little bit longer, but typically we're pretty good about getting stuff done.
And to kind of approach that proposal, what days do you guys meet, and where would that take place?
So we meet bi-weekly on Wednesday in the basement of the library. So swing by. Again, like if you want specific dates and times, it's at 12. Feel free, reach out.
Lastly, like how has ASA impacted you personally?
It has definitely gotten me out of my comfort zone. Like I said, freshman year, only softball, only baseball, but now like I talk to other athletes on campus, just like in passing. Before it was like the awkward, like I know you, I know of you, but do I say hi? Yeah. But now it's like, okay, I know you, you know me. Hey, what's up? Like I go support you, you go support me. There's a lot more camaraderie now that I've joined ASA, and I really like the environment.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful that you've had such a great experience kind of coming in, and the transition of being a new athlete in this program and stuff like that. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for watching Yote Fam. We hope you enjoyed this episode here with Lena. I'm sure we'll have her back in the spring for another preview of Yote Softball.